The essence, if you want to get your theology straight, the essence of Christianity is not Jesus died for us. No, Jesus died as us. He died as our substitute. We deserve to die because of our covenant breaking. But God in His, it's starting to sink in. God in His mercy allowed the substitute. He allowed somebody to take our place. And His blood was applied on the mercy seat. So now we stand reconciled to God. At one with God because of the blood. We broke the law. We sinned. But because of the substitutionary sacrifice of Jesus that has been applied to the cover of the atonement cover, even though we're lawbreakers, that blood covers us. And now we stand as if we've never broken the law in the first place. Hey, let me leave you with one verse and then we're done. Exodus 25, back to Exodus 25, verse 22. God says, I want you to build that ark. I want you to build it according to my standards. It represents my sovereign rule. It represents my covenant. It represents my mercy. And then He tells Moses, He said, look, you do all of that, I will meet you there. I will meet you there. At the place, I got chills. At the place of mercy. He says, I will meet you there and I will talk to you. Aren't you glad you got a God that fellowships with you and walks with you? And so He says, I'll meet you above, but you got to stay at the place of mercy. I'll meet you above the atonement cover, between the gold chair. See, He says, I'll meet you at the mercy seat, but you got to meet me between these cherubim, meaning when you come to me, yeah, you come for my mercy, but you got to acknowledge my holiness. You got to bow down before me. You can't just come, but you got to bow down in repentance and go, oh God, be mercy, just like these, oh God. He says, if you come into the throne room like this, He said, I'll meet with you right there. Whoa, man. Whoa, man, I'm glad, oh God, I'm thankful that you stepped down on my level and you said, I'll meet with you right at the mercy seat, at the mercy seat. There's this old song we used to sing, said, I'm running to the mercy seat, I'm running to the mercy seat, I'm running. See, because if you want to find God's presence, you got to go straight to the mercy seat. You got to go straight to the mercy seat. It doesn't matter if you go in carrying the load on your shoulders. The bigger the load, the greater the mercy. Bring it all to the mercy seat. Bring it all to the mercy seat. Maybe you're here today and you're carrying that load. You're trying to live up to the standards of the law. And let me tell you, look, you broke the law before you were born. Bring it to the Lord. Bring it to the Lord. He'll cleanse you. He'll give you mercy. He'll give you grace. He'll put you on the right path. Maybe you're a Christian. You've got out from under the mercy seat. You know, us evangelicals, we all believe it's by grace through faith to get us in. But so often, once we get in, we think it's all up to us to keep us in. It's amazing how we abandon the grace and mercy of God once we get in. And you know what happens when you abandon the grace and mercy as a believer? You live under condemnation. You live under you get away from church. You get away from fellowship with people. You don't do ministry anymore. God says, just come on back to the mercy seat. Maybe you've been one that you've been trying to hold on to your life, and you've been the king of your life, and you're wondering why your life is in the ditch. God says, I'll meet you right in between where the cherubim are bowing before me. You come to Him and surrender your life to the Lord. He'll fill you with His presence. He'll fill you with His glory, and you'll leave just like that man left the temple that day. You'll leave rejoicing and praising.